So we're back out in the fog. I have my little sidekick here, as you can see. You're getting bored already. I think this is the last day we've got fog forecast for. It is quite thick today. So I'm hoping for, again, more foggy woodland photos. It looks beautiful, it does. Next week we've got freezing conditions. We've got a polar blast coming down from the Arctic. So hopefully we get some freezing fog then. But for today, we're going to concentrate in these woods and just going to try and find a few intimate little scenes and see how we get on. Join me shortly. So just look at this beautiful little tree. I think it's a little oak. There's no leaves on it, so I can't tell. It looks absolutely amazing. Twisted, gnarly. Looks beautiful. I've just set the camera up just to try and take a shot. It's not doing it for me, so I think I'm going to leave it and walk on and try and find something else. There is moss on a lot of trees over here, and it's bright green. I wish you could see how green it is, and the way the light is just coming through the trees, you've got beautiful bright edges to it. It looks fantastic. It does on this anyway. Let me just show you on this again. You can just see the bright edge on the top of all the surfaces, dark underneath. We have got quite flat light because it's foggy, but it looks beautiful. Looking forward to a few mossy trees today, I think. Let's go and find some. So, beautiful little scene here. The moss-covered silver birch, just a couple more moss-covered trees around. There's a little bit of branch just broke off on this tree. I don't know if somebody broke it off or it's just dropped off. It looks rotten anyway. But it looks a beautiful little scene. So I'm going to get a quick snap here and I'll drop this on for you right now. Looks beautiful. So, just found this beautiful little splash of colour. It's a little beech sapling. It's orange, it's in yellow, it looks beautiful, it does. Plain path, looking down, a few trees. I'll just talk you through the back of the camera with this. So, what I'm absolutely loving with this shot is just this beautiful splash of colour. It is all about the colour. You've got the foggy scene in the distance, but it looks amazing. It'll be a simple two-shot focus stack, literally on the little tree there, and then just in the distance. The settings for this, I'm shooting ISO 100, f11 on one stop underexposed. I may just lighten it up a fraction. Yeah, it looks a bit better, that does. 6 to a second, and looks incredible. I'll put the shot on for you right now. Let me know what you think of that shot. For me, it is just about that colour in the bottom left hand corner, bottom right hand corner even. I just love the little tree, and I thought I've got to get it. The scene itself doesn't really do much, But the photograph is just about that colour. And what I would say again is, if you see something that takes your fancy, get the shot. Don't worry about other people liking it, doesn't matter. If you like it, that's all that matters. I am loving these trees in here. They're bright green with moss. Just looks beautiful, it does. There is a lot of chaos in here. It is quite hard to find scenes that are clean. So I'm hoping the fog is going to help me on that today. But it looks absolutely beautiful. Spooky, moody. I love it. So just having a walk around, and we have got these little beautiful little beech saplings absolutely everywhere. There's colour all over the place. Let me just show you in here. Got the dark burnt orange with the bracken now. Little spots of bright yellow and bright orange. It looks absolutely beautiful. I'm loving some of the bracken leaves with colour behind. So again, I may just try a few shots like that as I'm going along. Something just fancies me. Just look at this. Let me just turn you around. Absolutely beautiful. It is very chaotic around it, so I'm not going to try and get a shot there. I'll probably spend an hour just trying to line something up and be disappointed anyway. If something is too chaotic around your scene, sometimes it pays just to walk past and find the next one. Although there probably would be a shot there. No, I fancy just having a walk around. I'm enjoying the walk, to be honest. So, yeah, Betsy's off having fun. It's Betsy. I don't know where she is. Let's try and find her. So, look at this for a beautiful little scene. We've got some little deadfall leading your eye into the path, into the scene. Beautiful little gate. We've got the fog in the distance, some beautiful colours going on. Looks beautiful, it does. We have got little mushrooms growing out the end of the stump down there. I'll just try and show you. Looks amazing, absolutely beautiful. So I'll just talk you through my shot with this. I'm probably going to try two actually, one low down and one a little bit higher. So yeah, I'll just talk you through the one and I'll put both the images on at the end of the video. It's beautiful. So another beautiful little scene. I just found this little stump, fallen log, with beautiful little mushrooms growing at the end. It's not going to show up too much on the image, but I'm going to focus this there, there, and on the stump there, and just do a 3-shot focus stack with it. The settings are quite simple again, ISO 100. I'm underexposed 2/3 of a stop at f11. Looks beautiful. Just look at this beautiful texture. Bright green moss, white of the silver birch. Absolutely beautiful. So there are shots to be had absolutely everywhere. I am hoping that the grey in the background is just going to subdue it a bit. I might try and shoot this wide open actually, just to try and blur a bit more of the background. There's colour everywhere. I love these silver birch with the green moss all over them. Moss, lichen. It's like the video if you like it. Looks beautiful, it does. Let me get a quick snap of this. I'll put on for you right now. It's beautiful. I'm now fancying some of this really dark burnt bracken for colour again. I just love the colours and the fog. The colours are saturated because they're damp and they're wet. And the fog is just beautiful. It adds that little bit of mystery to the image, a little bit of spookiness. It's again, I think it is lifting, so I think my time is limited here, but I'm loving all this. Let me just turn you around. Beautiful burnt orange bracken. It looks, look at the colour behind as well, it looks fantastic, it does. I'm going to try and line something up here, hopefully with some bracken, burnt orange bracken, and the beautiful yellows in the background in that little tree there. So when I do, I'll talk you through the back of the camera. So, a little bit awkward shot. The bracken in the foreground down here is actually moving. There's a gentle breeze coming through and it is just swaying side to side. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to up the ISO, and I've just set it to ISO 800. I am stop underexposed, f8, and that's giving me a 60th of a second, which should just freeze this bracken leaf. Don't know if you can see it, just moving left to right it is. And I'll just take another shot on that beautiful colour in the background and merge them together in Photoshop. I'm hoping it's going to look beautiful. If you do get a scene and you get a little bit of a breeze coming through, just to freeze the action, if a leaf is moving and you want that leaf, don't be scared, just to up the ISO and maybe come down a little bit with the aperture, just to up the shutter speed, and you'll just freeze the movement so you've got a sharp image. It's all about the image that you want and the subject that you want. For me, I want the bracken more so than the colour in the background, so I have just upped the ISO, dropped the aperture a little bit just to give me a faster speed, and got the shot. Dead easy. Time for a cup of tea now, I think. I've been in here over 2 hours. I'm getting cold, my fingers are starting to go numb, so I'm going to head off and get a cup of tea. If the cafe's open over here, I'm going to stop there. If not, I'll head home. Please check the description out below. There are links to all the gear I use and everything else. Drop me a comment if you like the images. If you don't like the images, drop me a comment. I don't mind. Please like and subscribe. It helps Betsy keeping biscuits. So not that she's starving, she's far from it. Everybody gives her treats, everybody loves Betsy. I'm going to put the images on now. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Yeah, so put all the photos on now and a few others that I've just taken on the way back towards the car. Hope you enjoy them, and until next time.